Hello and welcome to the session on percentage. This is brought to you by Handa Ka Funda. Let's say you are supposed to find out X% of Y. Please realize that it is going to be the same as Y% of X, as both of them are going to reduce to XY by 100. Not only that, A% change and then a B% change will result in a net of A plus B plus AB by 100. Please think about it. If this, instead of A% change and B% change, they are A% and B% discount, then what happens is that both of these become negative. And if you just want to use the formula, the effective formula will be A plus B minus AB by 100. However, to avoid any confusion, always use the formula A plus B plus AB by 100. When you are dealing with discounts, please remember to use a negative sign and you will always get the correct answer. Let us see how a percentage change in a particular quantity affects the other quantity. Suppose price of a particular product into its consumption gives me the expenditure. What will happen to consumption if I change the price in this fashion and my expenditure is remaining constant? To calculate that, say my price has gone up by 50% or it has gone up by half. So price has become 3 by 2 times the original. Since it went up by half, that will mean the consumption will become 2 by 3 times the original. That is, it will fall by 1/3 or it will fall by 33.33%. Very similarly, if the price goes up by 1/3, that means the new price is 4 by 3 times the original price. To compensate for that, consumption should become 3 by 4 of the original, which would mean that the fall in consumption is 1/4 or 25%. Increase of 25%, that is increase of 1 by 4, that means 5 by 4 times the original is the price. Consumption is 4 by 5 times, or it has fallen by 1/5, or it has fallen by 20%. I hope you get the drift by now. Increase of 20% very similarly will cause a decrease of, it is an increase of 1 by 5, so it will cause a decrease of 1 by 6 or 16.66%. If it is an increase of 1 by n, that will cause a decrease in consumption of 1 by n plus 1 as a fraction. Please remember, an increase of R%, that can directly give you the answer. Consumption will fall by 100 R by 100 plus R%. Let us look at something very similar, how a fall in the price will affect consumption. Say, my price of a product falls by 50% and my expenditure is remaining constant. So what will happen to consumption? Price falls by half or it becomes P by 2 of the original. To compensate for this, consumption should become twice of the original, or it has increased by a whole of 100%. If the price falls by 33.33%, that means it falls by 1/3. So my price has now become 2 by 3 of the original. Consumption needs to become 3 by 2 of the original, or it needs to increase by half, or it needs to increase by 50%. If it falls by 25% or 1/4, it becomes 3P by 4. In that case, consumption will become 4C by 3 or 4 by 3 times the original, which is an increase of 1/3 or an increase of 33.33%. I hope you get the drift by now. Fall of 1/3, increase of half, fall of 1/4, increase of 1/3, fall of 1 by n, increase of 1 by n minus 1. Similar to the previous case, if there is a fall of R%, then the increase in the consumption will be given by 100 R upon 100 minus R%. Please note, in case you get confused in these formulas where it should be plus R and where it should be minus R, the idea is you will always have the new value in the denominator. That is, if it has fallen by R%, then it has become effectively 100 minus R. If the price has increased by R%, then it has effectively become 100 plus R. Let us have a look at few values which will help you in your calculations. We all know that half is effectively 50% and one third is 33.33%. Suppose you tend to forget the other values, then it's very simple to find out. One fourth will be how much? Half is 50, one fourth is half of half, so one fourth will be 25%. 1 by 5 is 20%, that is not that difficult. Remember, 1 by 6, people tend to forget this. Simple idea, one third is 33.33, so 1 by 6 will be half of that, that is 16.66%. 1 by 7 is something that you will need to memorize, that will be 14.28%. 1 by 8, I have 1 by 4 as 25, so 1 by 8 will be half of it, or 12.5%. 1 by 3 is 33.33. 1 by 9 will be one third of that, or 11.11%. 1 by 10 is 10%, that's a no-brainer. 1 by 11 is 9.09%. 1 by 12. 1 by 6 is 16.66. 1 by 12 will be half of that, or 8.33%. 1 by 13 is once again a value that you need to memorize, 7.69%. 1 by 14, I have 1 by 7, 14.28, so this will be half of that, or 7.14%. And I think if you get till 1 by 15, you are more or less through. 1 by 5 is 20%, 1 by 15 is one third of that, or 6.66%. That wraps up a session on percentages. Please stay tuned at Handa Ka Funda to watch other videos on other chapters. Thank you.